Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, back with some more digital marketing advice. Now in today's video I'm talking about Google Ads again, and what I want to do is answer a really simple question. That question is, are Google Ads good for small businesses? So you might be sitting there as a small business owner, maybe you're starting out or you've been in business for a little while now. You're looking to promote and you might have come across the concept of Google Ads, and you might be sitting there thinking, oh, that's only for businesses that have got big pots of cash, are well-established, can afford to spend lots of money on advertising. So if you're wondering whether or not Google Ads are good for small businesses, my view is that as long as you take the right approach to Google Ads advertising, they definitely are good for small businesses. Now, some industries are better than others. So for example, in my experience, local service businesses, things like electricians, plumbers, hairdressers, etc., can do really, really well with Google Ads. Same with e-commerce as well. So people, if you run an online store selling, shoes or something like that, then you can also do well with Google Ads. Although generally with e-commerce, if you're competing over a wider geographic area, higher chance that you're going to come up against bigger players, international brands, big national retailers, that kind of thing. So there can be quite a lot of competition. Usually the most challenging small business model to run Google Ads with is often business-to-business companies that are in quite niche industries, because you may not have a lot of people searching for what it is you sell. You may solve a problem that's quite hard to articulate, or doesn't have a lot of people actively searching for a solution. You kind of have to get in front of them first. Now on this channel I've got strategies for how you actually achieve that, how you solve the problem of targeting Google Ads if you're in one of these more opaque or more difficult industries. But basically, if you're in a standard kind of small business, you're doing a local service, you're selling products locally, you've got a hospitality venture, something like that, Google Ads is definitely a good option. If you're selling business to business to other companies, something that's a bit harder to articulate, don't write it off, but you do have to put a little bit more thought into it. But as far as why Google Ads is good for small businesses, there's a few different reasons. One is that you've got good control over your budget. This is one of the things I like the most. So if you want to go do newspaper advertising, even in small newspapers with small circulation in your local area, for example, there's usually quite a high minimum spend. So you might have to pay $500 or $1,000, maybe even more, to get a placement. You want to do TV, radio, the cost's usually even higher. So with Google Ads, you can start really small. You might say, right, I've got $50 a month to spend, and you might only be able to advertise on a keyword or two. You might only get 10, 15, 20 clicks with that money. But if you've got a website, a funnel, as people like to call it, that's set up well to convert, that $50 might turn into a good inquiry every month, and that inquiry might turn into quite a bit more new business, depending especially on the sort of value of a sale to your business. If you've got a high margin, you're running a service business or something like that, one new lead, one new sale could be worth quite a big amount of money to you, depending on exactly what it is you do. So that budget flexibility is really, really good. Another piece I really like about Google Ads for small businesses is that, especially with search advertising, you're paying per click. So you're kind of paying on performance in a way. It's not true pay on performance. It's not like affiliate marketing or commission-only marketing. But there is an element of, having a bit of confidence in the fact that if your ads aren't getting clicked, you're not being charged, unless you're going for impression-based charging, which I don't recommend for small businesses anyway. So that piece is actually quite nice as well. And then another reason I like Google Ads is for small businesses is because the platform is relatively simple. Now, I've done a video recently on whether or not you can actually manage your own Google Ads, and I'll link that video in the description. But in that, I talk about the fact that as a small business owner, you can manage your own Google Ads and do a good job at it. And I've got a lot of resources on this channel to help you do so. So if you're willing to put in some time and effort to learn, you can do quite a good job of management too. So obviously, if you grow and you start to get more results, you might want to pay someone else to do it. You might want to pay someone like me to come along and do an initial review of the work you've set up, maybe do some tweaks, but you can run it yourself as well. So overall, you can have quite a cost-effective approach to marketing with Google Ads. So is Google Ads good for small businesses? In my opinion, yes. You do have to approach it the right way. You do have to be aware of the pitfalls, so make sure you check out the resources I link in the video description for more things you need to consider. But on the balance of probabilities, I think it's a good platform for small businesses to get stuck into and start making some more inroads with their online marketing. So thank you so much for watching. If you need any help, please leave a comment, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.